friends, welcome back to Made Up. It's your girl Diane, and in today's video, we are gonna be reviewing the Daily UV Defense Sunscreen from Innisfree. And this is not a new product, but it is a new product to me. If that sounds interesting to you, let's get made up. I picked this up from Sephora. It's been so long now. One of the videos I watched on YouTube talked about it, and I immediately wanted to pick it up, but I had to wait because it was sold out. So I'm sure all of you know, you get put on this Sephora waiting list, and as soon as it becomes available, then they send you an email. So it took a long time. I feel like it took months for this product to become available to me, and rightfully so. But let's talk about it. This brand I was totally unfamiliar with. This is a Korean brand. They're sold at Sephora, and that, again, that's where I picked it up. And this is an affordable brand. It's amazing. This little gal here was $15. I couldn't believe it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's such a good price point, especially for Sephora. Typically, you wouldn't see a sunscreen priced that low at Sephora. So seeing this on there, it's an amazing value. You get 1.69 fluid ounces, which would be like a standard moisturizer, something like that. It's broad spectrum. It's SPF 36, which is kind of a weird number, but at least it's over SPF 30, which is the base minimum that you should be using for your skin protection. For those of you, again, who are wearing some sort of vitamin A product, so any sort of retinol product, this is not gonna be for you. Also, this is a chemical sunscreen. So for those of you who are okay with that, this might be a great option for you. I'll put the ingredients on the screen right now. The active ingredients in this sunscreen are pretty on par with your drugstore sunscreen. So if you went to Walmart, any of the sunscreens they sell there, any of the chemical ones, they typically go from 3 to 5 ingredients, and they're very, very similar. So this is definitely on par with that. That's what I would see at my local drugstore, which is not a bad thing by any means. If you're okay with that and your skin can handle it, or whatever your personal preferences may be, this might be for you. Because of these ingredients, it has the same smell as some of the sunscreens that I would find in the drugstore. It has a very, very distinct smell that you would associate with going to the pool, right? We all know the smell of sunscreen. And it's pretty much the same with, of course, a little bit more of the good stuff. And let's go over that. It also has green tea in here, Sika, and sunflower seed oil, which we will talk more about later. This is a water-based formula, which is great because that means it will play nicely with others. So if you're a makeup user like myself, you'll have less of a problem, if any problems at all, because it is water-based. So it is gonna play nicely. Also, because it's a chemical sunscreen, you're not gonna get any of that white cast. That's typical for mineral sunscreens, which creates a physical barrier between you and these nasty sun rays. This one is a chemical barrier that absorbs into the skin. This is formulated without parabens, synthetic colors, mineral oil, animal products, synthetic fragrance, and a bunch of nastiness that I'll put up on the screen. So they're avoiding these things. This is a reef-friendly sunscreen, and that of course depends on how you look at it. That can be very controversial, but they do promote this on their website as reef-friendly. Again, SPF 36, and of course a lightweight texture for this gal. It provides also a lightweight hydration on the skin, which is really nice. It definitely has a glowy feel. It's never gonna matte down. So they actually have another one that is a mattifying primer. For those of you who are looking to mattify the skin, so maybe have oily skin, that might be more your speed. However, it does say that this is meant for all skin types, but let me point something out to you. Even though it is meant for all skin types, it's really meant to give you hydration or to fight dryness. So if you have oily skin, my girl, you are not fighting dryness. So the mattifying one might be better suited for you. So to be called reef-friendly, you have to be formulated without oxybenzone and without octinoxate. Did I say that right? I think I did. Without those two ingredients, which can be common in your drugstore sunscreens, especially octinoxate. A lot of sunscreens at the drugstore have already gotten rid of oxybenzone, so I don't see that one very much at all. That's been steadily coming off the market for a long time, but a lot of them currently today at Walmart will still have the octinoxate in there, which is not reef-friendly. So that's actually how they are able to claim that they are reef-friendly. And again, that's controversial. Some might say that all chemical sunscreens are not reef-friendly, but there have been proven studies why those two specifically are not reef-friendly. So that's why they're able to make that claim. You are supposed to apply this sunscreen every 2 hours, which is pretty standard for all sunscreens across the board. It is not geared for sweating or swimming. So if you live in a very hot climate and you are planning to be outside that day, this one is not your gal. And I do live in a very hot climate, so I am very cognizant about if I'm going to be out all day, not to wear this one and other sunscreens like it. Also, if you're swimming or doing heavy, sporting activities outside, this is not meant for swimming. So use a different sunscreen on that one. This is not waterproof, water resistant. It will come off. You will be unprotected. We got everything Velcroed back. Let's go ahead and get this little gal on. This is one of those sunscreens. This one has like the nozzle tip. So it's got the tiny little hole right there. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but a lot of dermatologists online, instead of using maybe a 1/4 teaspoon reference for the neck and the face, which is what I typically do, 1/4 teaspoon on the face, a 1/4 teaspoon on the neck. A lot of dermatologists online, like TikTok and everything, I mean, it's become like a thing, right? Like a trend to use your 2 fingers, and that will be a good judge as to how much sunscreen you could be using, which should equate to about the same amount. But not every sunscreen can do that. A lot of sunscreens come in a different type of container and they're not as fluid as this sunscreen, where it comes off in big dollops, right? So then the 2-finger method doesn't really work, in my opinion. This is one of the sunscreens where the 2-finger method will actually work. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a go here. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And the only reason this works is because this is a very thin, lightweight formula. And then also the application nozzle right here. This is the typical sunscreen where that will work. We're gonna go ahead and rub this into our fingers and get this on the face here. That's what it looks like. And again, do not be alarmed. This is not a white cast. This is a chemical sunscreen. The white cast is typically prevalent with a mineral sunscreen. So just because it has this like white color, this will get rubbed out and basically absorb into the skin. Okay, so I'm just rubbing the excess on the back of my hands here. So I did apply more for the neck. I still did the 2-finger method. So let's talk about it. This formula is very, very lightweight, and it does claim to be lightweight, and I found that to be true. This is supposed to have a very lightweight hydration to the skin, and it definitely does. It absorbs into the skin really, really nicely. I typically am wearing this with makeup on top. That's all my sunscreens. I'm always going to be wearing makeup for the most part, unless it's tinted. Sometimes I can go with just the tinted version. If I'm feeling very bold and brazen, I can use just like a tinted sunscreen, but that doesn't happen too often. Most of the time I am wearing makeup on top of it, so that is how we're gonna wear it today. I just kind of wanted you guys to see what the skin would look like. It definitely gives a very glowy feel about it, which is great. I need that because when I touch up, I'm using a mineral sunscreen, which happens to be a powder. So it's really gonna dry out the skin even more. So all the hydration I'm getting in the beginning is great. It's gonna help me out throughout the day. I just wanna highlight some things. This sunscreen actually has sunflower seed oil in it. I had mentioned it earlier. I have noticed that my skin doesn't do that well with sunflower seed oil, and let me explain. I wasn't sure if that was the culprit until I got this one, and I've only been wearing this for a few days now, maybe 4 or 5 days. This issue that I was having up here was almost completely gone. Like it was the tiniest little speck, definitely no redness at all. And then I started using this and it irritated my skin. So no other breakouts on the skin whatsoever, but because I had a very minor issue up here, it definitely exacerbated that, and it came back to life. Which is like the positive spin on it. But this sunscreen brought this pimple back to life. Now, I haven't noticed any other breakouts on my skin, so it wasn't enough to irritate my skin to bring on any other breakouts because this wasn't fully healed yet. It irritated it and it gets to live another life cycle. Yay! I have used other products with sunflower seed oil and I felt the same, but I wasn't exactly sure. Now, I'm probably, I would say 90% sure that it is the sunflower seed oil in this product, just because it seems to be a pattern. I am so sad to say that because I really like this. I'm gonna go on wearing this for the rest of the day. I am gonna put makeup on top of it and I am going to retouch with the mineral powder sunscreen. I will say offhand, I haven't had any problems with this and makeup, with it breaking down the makeup. It does not do that. It hasn't had an issue with pilling. Of course it wouldn't because it's a chemical sunscreen, but you just never know how it reacts with other products and it could cause other products to pill, and I haven't had that issue. And this is a water-based formula, so I wouldn't expect it to have an issue with this. So let me get a full face on, a mini full face, and we will touch back again soon. All right, friends, so that is the finished look. We just did a very light summer face today, and I've been doing that a lot lately because it's hot out here. Basically 100 degrees, but today is a sprightly 90, so I'm doing a very light makeup look. This is actually all powder products, so just something to note. You can still see that my skin is glowing. So if you're in the market for that look and you're okay with a chemical sunscreen, this might be your gal. She is lightweight, easy to work with, works well with makeup. I have used her with a full face type look, and then of course a light summer vibe like this, and she's just great. My only gripe is that sunflower seed oil because of this little gal right here, but that's a very me problem. Not everyone will have that issue. It might be your gal for the summer. I think it's perfect if you're okay with all the ingredients in this and if you are looking for more of a hydrating sunscreen. I hope I can continue to wear it, but if this gal gets too upset, I will have to take it out of rotation, which is just very unfortunate. But that is all I have for you guys today. If I have any weird updates, I will do that in the description box below. But that's all I have for you guys this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads. Until next time.